back talking some more Titans Season 4 with the channel, Episode 10. Last week was a lot of fun. Gar getting to have his own adventure, all the varieties of different DC cameos, and leading into a potential team-up with the Doom Patrol. This week, there is a lot to talk about. There's 3 storylines juggling all throughout Episode 10. Some of them have some pretty mixed results. Among all of the storylines this week, I think Gar's is my personal favorite. It's the most fun of the bunch despite the circumstances, since all of them are trying their hardest to figure out how the hell are they going to get out of this house in this situation they're stuck inside of. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is the very first time we've ever seen Cyborg and Gar interact in live action, because the last time we saw the Titans and Doom Patrol talk to one another many seasons ago, Cyborg wasn't on Doom Patrol. Unfortunately, it's never explicitly addressed why only several members of the Doom Patrol team are here, not the entire team. It feels very convenient that 2 of the 3 members that show up are the ones that dub their lines in post. Matt Bomer and Brendan Fraser aren't physically on set, similar to how Pedro Pascal isn't on set usually for The Mandalorian. Not a huge complaint. I do love Cliff and Cyborg. They're 2 of my favorite Doom Patrol members, and I love their presence in the comedy they brought, especially Cliff. No matter what, Cliff always finds a way to crack me up. In a bit of a perplexing move, Connor and Sebastian seemingly are discussing working together now that Connor is running LexCorp. It's still taking some adjusting, getting used to this calmer, more menacing side of Connor now that he's embraced the Lex Luthor side of him. His intentions are very scatterbrained. It's one of the more frustrating things about Connor in part 2 now that he's more Lex Luthor. Is he evil now? Is he still kind of good? We aren't really sure yet, and there's still not a definitive answer even by the end of this week's episode. Seeing as we all saw Sebastian has Trigon's horn now, I'm glad that Connor asked the question we've all been wondering: why has he not just blown Trigon's horn, brought his dad back, and we can start the end game battle? Even his mother is getting antsy about it at this point. Situations like this exemplify how much I like Joseph Morgan's performance, but the character of Sebastian, he's just a frustrating character all around. This whole episode, despite being powerful, he lacks the mental fortitude to convince himself and the people around him of his abilities, but maybe we're turning the corner on that a bit because he gets mad and he sets his mother ablaze. Pretty brutal way to go about things, and the fact that you just leave her burning corpse there. Lately in Titans, we have not really seen too many adventures that involve strictly Rachel and Dick Grayson, so I'm glad that we got a little bit of one in this episode, although the storyline itself gets pretty wild. Obviously, in taking down Sebastian, we have to find a way to sever Rachel's connection to him. Luckily, Dick's got rich boy connections to make things happen with this shady witch doctor woman in this random building. Even though Dick Grayson doesn't exactly address who exactly he's speaking to, it seemed to me like he was hinting at John Constantine. Maybe that's just a reach on my end. In case you watched my spoiler-free review for Titans Season 4 Part 2, you would know that I hinted at this moment in particular, this crazy ritual where we set everything up, nasty goo comes out of Rachel, and Dick Grayson has to fight off this weird zombie ghoul inside of this building. It's crazy. The sequences themselves were perfectly fine. It just kind of teetered on the line of goofiness for me all around. It already seemed tough enough that Gar was stuck with the Doom Patrol, and then you have to throw Corey into the mix because she randomly walks through a door and gets trapped with them. Even if the execution of getting all these characters together was on the weaker side, I love seeing all these characters interact with each other. They brought a lot of fun levity to the situation. They had some great back and forth banter. They're playing tennis, but even despite all of that, we are able to incorporate some serious subject matter into the equation, working through their past to find balance, especially in Corey's case, realizing how much she loves the Titans and moving past her regret on not stopping Sebastian earlier. This little mini team up of Titans and Doom Patrol was pretty fun. It does remind me though, I do need to catch up on Doom Patrol because I'm not fully caught up before the final part of their final season, much like Titans, because sadly, both of them are coming to a close. I'm still in disbelief on how they managed to incorporate Sebastian's aspirations once again to create an app. Now using the resources from LexCorp and his evil magic, he's going to make a killer app called Abraxas to fuel him and also kill people in the process. It doesn't even look that fun. The only way this app will become a global phenomenon is through the use of dark magic. And poor Bernard. Bernard has to be the one sucker that actually tries to play the app and gets put in a coma for his trouble. As hilariously silly as a lot of the stuff in this episode is, I think the moment that made me laugh the most involves Connor and the fact that he tries to lift Trigon's horn and he gets mad and he uses the heat vision and almost gets caught by Sebastian, and then he sucks up all the smoke into his mouth before he gets caught. This, coupled with the back and forth fight between the Titans and Sebastian on trying to get access into the app and shut it down, Tim's trying to hack into it, and Connor uses his super speed to allow Tim access to take it down. All of that stuff just very goofy. I mean, it's Titans. I'm not expecting top tier writing from Titans, but even for Titans, this kind of borders on the more silly range in general. And I'm glad that we're probably done with this app forever, because the whole Sebastian using an app thing was dumb in part 1, and it continues to be dumb in part 2. Things like this are what I tried to allude to when I talked about part 2 at large, that for a lot of these episodes, these middle portion of part 2, Sebastian is doing these weird side quests, and we're really just stretching the plot to try and fill up these last couple episodes, because we could have very easily just started the end battle now, but Sebastian prefers to make an app instead. Also, as a fun little teaser, we get to see that Mother Mayhem is alive in the morgue, so I guess somebody scraped her charred body off the ground and threw her in a bag, and now we're gonna see Mother Mayhem, I'm assuming, pissed off next week. But make sure you share your thoughts down below once you get a chance to check out the episode. What did you think of episode 10 of season 4? Did you like the episode? Did you not like the episode? What did you think of this little team up between Doom Patrol and Titans this week? Were you excited about it? Were you not excited about it? Also, how are you feeling about all the other plot lines and where they're heading for the rest of season 4 part 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you guys, as always, for videos. I always do appreciate it. Make sure to like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you update reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. Next time, I'll see you guys later.